Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought we would do a little weekend what sold over this holiday weekend, and I'm also going to throw in some of my notable sales that I've had since the last time I did a what sold video. It's been a minute, so I thought I would bring you guys along to pull some of my items, show you how I ship some of my items. Most of them are on Poshmark, so it's going to be pretty straightforward, but I personally like to see what other resellers do when they make a sale. So I hope you enjoy this video, and let's go see what sold. And in case some of you guys are new here and have not seen my little inventory closet, I do the banker box system, and everything is already in its little bags. What am I looking for in here? Here it is, this little guy. I sold the cutest bundle of 2 little cozy baby sweaters. It's right on top. Oh my gosh, I have to show you guys a picture of this. It has Mickey Mouse ears, and along with this, when I'm packaging up, I'll let you know the totals. I sold probably, using my camera and set up a step stool. It's in here somewhere. There it is. This is probably the oldest item I have in my inventory. It is new with the tags, Janie and Jack. It's mohair and wool. Like, I thought this would sell so long ago, but I'm really glad that it's the same size as this Gap one and someone was able to scoop these up together. So I am in my office now. I do have one consignment going on for a friend of mine. So all of these are listed. This is all her items. I do not keep them pre-bagged just because I don't want to mix it up with my personal inventory. So I did sell something out of here. So I just kind of have to dig. It takes a little bit longer, and then I bag it as they sell. So not related to today's video. This is what I'm photographing today. And I sit on that rug. I'll pull that towel out of there, and I sit on the floor of my light box to do photographs of shoes and such. So the first thing I do is pull those items out of my storage closet, and then I lay them out flat, and I have a plethora of thank you stickers. I enjoy picking out which one. I try to match it to the item because why not? So I lay them all out here, and then I sit down and I print the labels, and then I will show you what I'm using to package up each item. This is also the table where I have my measuring tape, and this is where I do flat lay measurement photos. So there's my dog. He goes where I go, always. In and out of the office, he follows me everywhere. Okay, so I do have this wire rack that I use for poly mailers and Tyvek. And then over here, this was a closet that I took the doors off when we moved in. This is where I keep bubble wrap, the bubble air bubbles. I do have some bigger shoe items shoved in that corner, and all the different size priority boxes and tissue paper, extra, all the things. All right, so we are going to chat about these sales. It is Monday morning, since today is the holiday, so no mail today. So I did shipping Saturday afternoon for all of Friday and Saturday. So when I say weekend sales, this is really Saturday night and all day Sunday. And I'm hoping to have a few more things sell today. I'm getting ready to do a lot of listing. So let's just go over these. All right, this is a Vineyard Vines romper. I got this at a local kids consignment sale. They also sell women's clothing for $8, and it sold on Poshmark for an offer sent to me of $46. So this is really cute. I had hoped it would work for me, but it just looked a little weird. So it is going out in a Tyvek mailer, and I do double bag all of my items. And I do want to say I do purchase them. However, I have a bin down here. I try and reuse them as well. Like this one was definitely a reused one. So not necessarily the most environmentally friendly, but it keeps my items, you know, free from dust and lint and all of that. It's easy for me to store them. I like the presentation, and I've always had nothing but great feedback on my shipping. So that's what I do. And now I've mentioned this before. When I package this in here, I'll show you. I fold it down to make it tight, and then I do use these free labels and put 2 of them on each side just because I don't ever trust the sticky on these. So that's what that is going to go in. All right, up next are these Lululemon Speed Shorts. I thought they were in a cute color. Comps were pretty good, but I've had them for a while. This came from that America's Thrift Supply, super expensive Lululemon box. I have already made all of my money. I had them listed at $45. I did receive an offer. I think her offer was like $15. I counter offered, I can't remember what. She counter offered back at $25, which means I got the full $20 since I did not have to offer a shipping discount. I went ahead and accepted. It was $12.80 I had into these, so not like a huge profit, but that box overall, and they were a size 4. I just figured move them along. All right, this is a really cute kids. The brand is New. You see right there? I've never found it out thrifting. I have sold it several times. I have bought it. I've bought this item on swap.com for $4. I have also found it on ThredUp. Really great quality kids brand, very expensive. And I had someone, I think I had it listed for $25 on Mercari, and someone sent me a $21 offer. I definitely accepted. It's going out in this cute little poly mailer. And can we talk about, yay, Mercari now offers the 4x6 labels without you having to screenshot or whatever. When you make your first sale, you have to go and you can change your paper size on the order's screen. So it's not going to count for that order, but your very next Mercari order, when you go to print your label in your email, it will be formatted to just literally click print label, and print. And it will print out on your little thermal printer. Yay. All right, next, this is a stuffed moose. It's vintage, but his arms and legs move. He was really cool looking. You'll see a picture on the screen. This was in my mom's classroom. She was a teacher for 39 years and most recent in her career did science. And so she had all kinds of these cool, realistic looking animals. And I actually have sold several of them. This one's been listed a while, and someone just came in and offered me $12. Actually, I had it listed for 12 now that I'm looking at my notes. So they paid full price for this guy on a Mercari. Oop, I forgot to get what he is going to go out in. This fun poly mailer, because why not? Who doesn't love burgers and fries? All right, the bundle of sweaters that I showed you guys when I pulled them, you'll see the pictures of them now on the screen. This Gap sweater came from a ThredUp kids box. It had 66 cents into it, and this sweater came from Goodwill for $1.49. So I had just over $2 in the two. This person bundled them themselves and offered me $26. I definitely accepted because that made my take home $20.80. This Abercrombie & Fitch skater dress is part of the consignment sale that I am doing for someone. And this person offered me like $5. And on the consignment items, I can't take that low of offers because I'm splitting 50-50 with my seller. And so we went back and forth, settled on $12. And so, for example, that's giving me $9.05, but I have to split that with her. So my take home on this will be $4.53, which, I didn't have to pay for the item, but, I did have to photograph it and wash it and lint roll it and all of that. So I don't know that I'll do many more consignments because there's a lot of reasons, but that was that. These UGG slippers, oh my gosh, I've had these for so long, but they're in brand new condition. I only paid $4.50 for them from a Goodwill, and I got so many lowball offers over the year. I probably had them listed, but they finally sold on an offer to me of $45. And lastly, these Olokai slip-ons. You'll see the picture. I just wanted to make sure they would fit. Shipping on eBay is still very new to me. I sold on there years ago, but I've just recently been selling on there again. And even though this is going priority, it was like $1.50 cheaper to send it in my own mailer versus a padded flat rate, even though it's 2 pounds. I guess because it's only going to North Carolina from Florida, but that was surprising to me. I think it was like $7.20, which is cheaper than the Mercari first class labels. So, all right, that is what I have going out for now. And let's hope for more sales. All right, good to go. Everything's packed up. Here's how I do those stickers, by the way. I just put them over on the edge. All right, off topic, because this is a chatty ship and work with me. You guys know everything. So I have these 2 American Girl Bitty Babies, twins, and they are so dirty. Like the heads, how do I clean these? Anybody experienced in this? I don't want to ruin them but I know I could probably sell them. And I'm pretty sure like this is supposed to be the same color as that one. But a friend gave these to me to sell. So help. These babies have been through a lot. And then we have another Kidconomy event. If you're not on Kidizen, I have a link to save you. I think you get $5 off your first purchase. But we're doing it again in July. And this is my bin of the higher end items that I did not want to take to Once Upon a Child. So I need to start photographing this stuff and start getting these things listed. Molly outgrew all of her little lilies. We will report back and I will sit with you either this evening or tomorrow morning and kind of go over some of my favorite sales from the last little bit, just to show you what else is selling and a few bolo items that might surprise you. I know you guys love a good Miss Rose update. She's a lucky duck today. It is raining, hot summer season here in Florida, so the pool needs chemicals, so it's about to be shocked and have all the chlorine and all of that put in. So we're letting her get a little swim in. Usually I do it in the kiddie pool or the bathtub, but Miss Rose, you get to be in the big kid pool today. This is good exercise for her. She's not allowed to go out there in the lake anymore, but we're doing the best we can. She knows how to get herself to the shallow area and taking herself a proper bath and preening and doing duck things. She's not really good at it anymore. She can't reach all the areas, but she tries. And if you're new here, she's in a wheelchair. She cannot walk, and she is mostly a house duck these days and lives in my house, and it has been over 6 months now. She's 3.5 almost, and we love her. They've never been in the pool before. They've only been in a kiddie pool, and they're like, "What is this, Mom? What is it? Oh my goodness. Do you like it?" Look, Rose conveniently moved herself way down there. She's like, "No, I'm good." Oh, 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 come this way. They're like toddlers. Oh, you took a dive. Oh my goodness, was that fun? Your first ever zoomie, and I caught it on camera. You're like, what did I just do? What did I do? All right, it is still Monday. This was a fantastic sale that just came in. We have about 1 hour left. They were a full price sale on Posh, which means you have to wait 3 hours. So I am hopeful. I'm not going to tape the box up just yet, but these are a pair of Keen Kootenai waterproof boots. I actually bought these on Kidizen for my son last summer in preparation for the fall season of Boy Scouts, and he wore them a few times to their weekend campouts, and honestly, I cleaned them up better than they were when I received them. Structurally, they were not worn very many times, but Keens hold their value, and I paid $22 for them, and I sold them for $42 on Poshmark. I'm going to be shipping them out. I'm going to put them in a clear bag, and they're going out in a medium flat rate box. All right, I have got 9 packages to drop at the post office. They are a little too big to fit in my mailbox, but that's okay. It's going to be an excuse to swing by a thrift store. Thankfully, that full price Keen boot sale did indeed stick. Let's see some sales that I have had since my last What Sold video and share with you some brands to be on the lookout for. All right, so those were my weekend sales from June 17th, 18th, 19th. And I just want to share with you guys some of my notable sales, whether it was just because it was a high cost, or maybe I paid a little bit, or maybe it's a brand I learned on YouTube. Each one I selected has a reason, which I will share with you. I have not done a What Sold video with you guys since literally April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. As someone who enjoys these videos, I make these not because they are easy to edit, but because as a reseller, these are the type of videos I seek out to watch. What is selling right now? The first one happened like the day that I made my last What Sold video. So this happened on April 3rd. After I had done and edited my video for my What Sold that weekend, this came in later that afternoon. So I had to share this with you guys because I know many of you watch all of my videos. I finally sold the Mr. DNA plush, the little tiny plush guy. I will say that I kept the second one, and we did surprise my son and give it to him for his birthday 2 weeks ago. He was very excited. If you remember, he loves Jurassic Park. He tried to barter with us. Well, this guy sold on eBay for $90. There were no sold comps, none listed. I paid 25 cents for this thing. And if you did not see that video, I found this at a local thrift. I am in Orlando. It is from Jurassic Park within Universal Islands of Adventure. And the only way to get this little guy was to play a particular game and shooting these little balloons with the darts. And anyway, you could not purchase it, so you had to be inside the park, and so I guess that made it more valuable. The next sale I want to share with you, the brand Vionic, most of us know. I will tell you that I did sell about between the first week of April and now halfway through June. I looked through all of my sales to kind of see what I wanted to share, and I probably sold 4 pairs of Vionic sandals, either flip-flops or strappy sandals. They all sold in that $20 to $25 mark, so they're definitely not selling for what they used to, but the boots are. This pair of Vionic Clara boots, I did sell for $75 on Poshmark. I did pay $20 for them, a retail arbitrage online, and I did have them for about 9 months. So it took a little while, but that was a great profit, even with spending $20. All right, the next thing I'm gonna share with you, I have heard a lot of resellers say that this brand is like a no-low list, no longer, don't pick it up anymore. I had the exact opposite. I picked up this Rails red floral dress earlier this year, so it sold pretty quickly. To me, if an item sells in 90 days or less, that's good. And I paid $5.55 for it at a local Goodwill. It sold on Poshmark for $59. So is all Rails gonna be worth it? No, but I would definitely check comps if you come across it. All right, this was a fun sale. I did have this listed for a little while. Again, something where I wasn't quite sure how to price it. I picked up this Victoria's Secret white vintage robe at a local church sale. It was a fill-a-bag sale, so I just kind of divided my cost between what I could fit in. And I had 46 cents into it. Here it is. It sold, I took an offer of $50 on Poshmark. So I turned 46 cents into 50 bucks. That's how I like to do it. It was not a fun item to photograph, but alas, I got it done. This next brand you have heard me talk about many times. It is called Mini Bowden, but if you can find the Mini Bowden Harry Potter collaboration, that is big money. Even still, it was big money 2 years ago. I have flipped lots of items. This particular dress I bought for $21.99 on Mercari for my daughter. She wore it a few times, and I turned around and sold it on Kidizen for $34. Here it is. So purchasing it at a high cost of goods for personal use, I was still able to make $3.16 profit when it was all said and done. Next one I wanted to share because I know for sure on one of my recent thrift with me's, recent as in the last few months, I showed you guys I didn't have much luck, but I found a pair of these Play Red Mimo kids. They're like almost like a croc material shoes, but the brand Play is amazing. I did pay $5 for them at a local thrift store. They sold for $36 on Poshmark, and they sold very quickly. This next sale sold in about 2 hours. We love to see it. This brand, I have had it twice now, and both times it has sold the same day I listed it, and I don't think it's because I'm pricing it. I actually priced this one quite high. It was an Arc'teryx Kyanite woman's, like, you'll see it, pullover jacket situation. I believe it was a size small, and it was just basic plain yellow. I had $1 whole into it, and it sold on Poshmark for $109. And I'm pretty sure that was my full asking price at this point. I cannot remember, but we all know. And if you don't, now you know Arc'teryx, the little dinosaur lizard skeleton looking man. I will put the logo right here. Keep that in mind. I have found it 3 times ever. Michael kept one of the pieces, and the other 2 times it sold same day. All right, the next one I wanted to share because it's a good brand, but also it was just a pajama pant, and it was part of a 2-piece set. But I picked up these somersault pajama lounge pants at the bins, 71 cents, and they sold for $25 on Poshmark, just the pants alone. So don't be afraid to pick up one of a 2-piece set, especially bottoms. I don't know that I would pick up the top. However, I have sold, was it Kate Spade? No, who was it? Some designer pajama top only, and that sold real quick. Just check comps. It's often worth it. Spanx jeans, if I literally try to manifest them every time I walk in the thrift store because those also sell usually within 1 to 2 days for me. These Spanx jeans sold within 2 weeks, I think, of me bringing them in my house, which means I probably got them listed like the day they sold. But I had $4.72 of them. They were a size medium, and they sold for $71 on, where did they sell? eBay. The other pair I sold, I remember that sold also around $70, sold on Mercari. But Spanx jeans, they are tight. They are, the ones I've had are skinny, and they still sell. All right, this next item was a fun box find. So I had $3.29 into it. It was a Kendra Scott jewelry holder, and it sold for $55, which was great because my take home was $40.71, and fun boxes only cost $34. So I don't know if I've done a recap on that box yet. I'm really behind on that, but that paid for the whole box. All right, this one I wanted to share because just because something is worth a lot of money today and will sell for a ton does not mean that this time next year it will as well. This was a perfect example. It was an Oshkosh vintage overalls, and it was the floral kind, which a year or 2 years ago, this was selling for the like $80 to $100 mark. And I sat on this one. I only had $2 into it from a Once Upon a Child, but here it is. It was like a size 3T, so it was perfect in every way possible. Size, the print, and it sold for $25 after being listed for a while. Unfortunately, sometimes market value changes on brand. This next was an amazing sale, also from a ThredUp fun box, which they're not all fantastic, let me preface that. But this one, again, I had around $3.30 into it, sold on Poshmark for $150. It was my best fun box flip ever. It was this Glow Pro. It was brand new in the package. This retailed for over $300, and it sold really quickly. I got a couple lower offers, but I knew if I held out, and I'm glad that I did. All right, these are a pair of Athleta jeans. You saw me pick them up at a Style Encore in a video also recently. Sold very quickly. They were Athleta, but they were a size 6 tall. I had $5.60 into them, and they sold on Poshmark for $44. I wanted to share this. We all know Lululemon sells, right? But I hear a lot of resellers lately saying, not all Lululemon's created equal. If it's me and if I can get it for cheap and it's Lululemon, I'm picking it up because in my experience, it will all sell. It's not all gonna make you rich. Like this little white tennis skirt, it was tiny. I think it was a size 2 or 4. I had $1 into it from a local garage sale, and it sold for $40 really quickly. I'm still sticking with, if it's Lululemon and it's in good condition, pick it up. All right, this was a really cool find. I love the bins for just experimenting with brands. I'd never heard of this, but it was new with tags, and literally there's no service at this bins. And so I picked it up because it was new with tags, and I knew it was a cycling tank top vest, I think they call them. Had no idea if the brand was good or not until I got home and did that haul for you guys. So I had 81 cents into it. It was the brand Betty Designs, and it's a skull, I think is their logo. Here it is. It sold on eBay on an offer of $56. That paid for the whole bin strip. Just because something is a designer brand does not mean it's going to sell. And unfortunately, there are so many brands out there that make amazing clothes, and they just don't resell. So these shoes, it was a pair of these Diane von Furstenberg pink wedges. I only had $1.49 into them, but I had them forever and ever. I'm pretty sure I even tried to send them into the Real ones. They didn't want them. They finally sold for $16 on Poshmark. And they were in fine condition. They weren't great, but they weren't terrible. This next sale is funny because I got this pair of Brooks sneakers, but they came in a men's ThredUp box, but they were actually women's sneakers. I think they were just a big size. And so I had $4 into them. They sold for $40. They just made their way to the list because I think that Brooks sneakers used to sell for a lot more, kind of like Hoka. It just depends. And these were in like new condition. I was happy with $40. Another example to myself to get my death pile listed. This is a Reformation dress. It sat in my laundry room for probably a year because it needed to be steamed. Literally, all it needed was to be steamed, but I don't steam things. I ask my mom to do it for me once I gather enough to make it worth the time of dragging the big steamer out. So it was from a ThredUp 200-pound bulk box. I don't know which one. I've gotten several of them, but I wrote that I have $2 into it. You guys, I listed this mini dress and it sold within 3 days for $50. Here it is on Poshmark. We all have those items, right? Get it listed, it will sell. Those of you that do follow along might remember I did purchase a ThredUp designer box. I know some of my friends out there love the designer boxes. They know that they're hit or miss. I thought this box was a miss. I sent a couple things into the RealReal. They didn't take them. These Stella McCartney slide sandals, I did list. They were in terrible condition. You could see, I'll show you the pictures. You could see like the black showing through. They were just bad. They were not in good shape, but I had $20.80 into them because the box only comes with like 7 things. They finally sold. It took a long time and they sold for $50. So I doubled my money. I got $19.20 back, and that's great. And I'm glad they are gone, and I probably will never purchase a designer box again. All right, this next one, just for knowledge, I'm sure most of you know, but maybe you don't. I learn so much from watching YouTube. The brand Soma, S-O-M-A, they make lingerie and nightgowns, and I know that they sell it at Kohl's, and I'm sure they sell it other places. This was a nightgown pajama, which I'm seeing now. This also came in a fun box, so maybe I need to order a fun box. $3.25 into it. It had so much attention on all of the platforms. I got a couple low offers. I did not take them, and it sold on Poshmark for $39. It was so nice feeling. If it had been my size, I would have kept it. And the next item, I did not plan this, was a Marc Jacobs little itty bitty, I mean, honestly, this big. I think they call it a canteen purse. It was brand new without tags. It still had like the stuff around the strap, but it came in a fun box. I did have it for a while. It came in a fun box in October, but I don't know when I listed it, because I do try to inventory my stuff right away, but it doesn't mean it's not gonna go sit in a pile. So I had $3.41 into it, and this sold on eBay. So look, y'all, I've been getting stuff on eBay, and it sold for $51. So that was a really great, again, that gave me a $34.10 take home profit. And so this one item, again, paid for that entire fun box. Doesn't always happen. All right, these are a pair of Adidas Yeezy Boost. I'm not a sneaker kind of person. My nephew, who is 11, almost 12, him and his brother are way into shoes. They give my son hand-me-downs, even though he's the same age as my son. They have huge feet, and my son gets the coolest shoes, and he could care less. He's like, oh, I'm gonna wear the red sneakers today. It's fine. We all have our things that we love, and shoes are not something. I will add, they do have uniforms at their school. We do not, and so shoes are a big deal because you can wear any kind of shoes. So my nephew asked me to sell these for him. My sister spent like $300 or $400 on them. Brand new. I think they were like a back to school last year. You guys, he loved these shoes. I will show you the pictures here. They were worn on the bottom. Like, they were clean. I did clean them up by hand. I was afraid to put them in the washer. But you could just tell they were worn. The soles were very worn down, and they sold within days of listing on Poshmark for $148. So I do need to write my little nephew a check. That after the Poshmark fees and all of that is $118.40. So he will be happy with that and put those towards another pair. I didn't sell them on consignment for him. I'm not going to keep part of the fee because I did that for my nephew. So, okay, this next brand is a brand I learned on YouTube. Maybe you don't know it yet. It's Ahnu. A-H-N-U. These are red sandals. They sold super fast. I paid $4.72 at Goodwill. Here they are. They sold for $38 on Poshmark. This next one, oh, good old America's Thrift Supply. I ordered a couple Lily Pulitzer bags from them. All of those bags, I think I ended up either breaking even. The Lululemon one, I had one nice item that made me go into the profit. But this dress, I almost didn't list it. Y'all know, maybe you don't, I'm a Lily girl. Like, Lily Pulitzer is my jam, but not this kind of Lily Pulitzer. There is an absolute difference in like vintage, not cute. I want the vibrant, hot pink, like the current nice new Lily, not this. This dress was old, and I had $10.67 into it. I never would have picked it up, but I have to say, after like what feels like a year, finally sold for $47. Someone sent me an offer, and I took that offer so fast. Like, I try not to accept it that same minute. I try to wait till it says 1 minute ago or whatever, but buddy, I said yes. So not all Lily is created equal. Just look it up, because the comps, it should not have sold for this much, but it was a good size. Maybe somebody just had this dress in their past and loved it. Now this next lily though, I did put 2 lilies in a row because they sold one day apart as I was looking through the list. This is the kind of lily you want to look for. Guys, I nabbed this for $1 at a fill a bag sale. And it was tiny. I think it was a size 0. This one-piece bathing suit, it sold very quickly, tons of attention for $55. And I only took $55 because it was a size 0. If you can find a swimsuit like this that's in a size 8, 10, 12, you're gonna get closer to $100 if it's in good condition. All right, Hey Dudes. We all know about Hey Dudes. This pair I wanted to share with you because I should never have put these. It was a fill a bag again for $1. They were terrible. They were so stained. I'll show the pictures here, like with red clay inside. They were worn down. They were bad. This is just a case of, I didn't look at them closely. It's a fill a bag. You're just putting stuff in. But they still sold for $17 on Poshmark. I was shocked. And they left me 5 stars because it's been a little while. All right, this next one was a really cool find. I know that you might not have the opportunity to find stuff like this, but I am in Orlando. This was 2 little, they're like this big, Christmas ornaments from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And it was the Ron's family sweaters that, you know, his mom knit. Oh my gosh, so cute. But they were like this big, but there was 2 of them. I think Ron and Harry. And I had $5 into the both of them and sold on eBay for $50. So that was fantastic. All right, this next one I wanted to share because I almost didn't pick this up. It was the brand Miss Me, which I know Miss Me jeans is like hit or miss, but I've been able to sell, I've not been able to sell the new with tags ones, but the ones that are like falling apart, those are the ones that I sell really quickly. So I did pay $3 for this at a local kids consignment sale. And it was a small size. It had this cool embroidery on the back. So I went on a whim, listed it. It sold super fast for $38. So if you find the Miss Me denim skirts, that was the other thing, like skirts and even like Madewell denim skirts don't really seem to sell. So I really took a chance and it sold. So maybe because of the Y2K and all of that, denim skirts are coming back. Don't ask me. I wear t-shirts and hats. This is in style for me. So, all right, the next brand, another one I learned thanks to YouTube, is the brand Taos, Taos. These came in a ThredUp shoebox for $4.83 average cost of goods. They sold for $45. So this is a great brand. It's a comfort shoe brand. Usually I sell these sandals, but this was a nice work career heel. These I wanted to share because this was only like 2 videos ago of like my most recent in June. So June 1st, I went to the bins and I listed these probably 2 to 3 days after that. They sold almost instantly. It says I picked them up on the 1st and they sold on the 8th. So I know I didn't list them the same day or even the next because I did take the time to clean them up. You know, I put in some elbow grease, some leather cleaner. They were Kate Spade rainbow wedges. So my average cost of goods that day I put was $1. They sold for $44. So that, I think I had like $60 into my bins haul that day, and I did get some personal use items. So this one pair of shoes basically covered my entire bins haul. These I think I also showed in that video. I stopped at Once Upon a Child to sell some stuff maybe from the bins. I can't remember. But these also were listed on the 1st, or it says I got them on the 1st and they sold the 9th. These are a pair of Teva rainbow kids shoes. They sold super quickly. I had $5 into them and I sold them on Kidizen. Kidizen's been slow, but they did sell there and they sold for $32.85. All right, these Keen sandals took a while to sell, but now we're into summertime. I picked them up at a yard sale for $2. So we all know the brand Keen, but I wanted to share, these were not in the best condition. And someone came in on Poshmark and paid full price $48 for them. So that was a great sale. This one I wanted to share, there's only 2 left. Hang with me. I heard this brand recently, or maybe I like to read comments of videos while I'm listening. I don't know, maybe you do that too. Just because I learn more things, you know, oftentimes resellers will say, tell me your best sale of the month down below. So I do read them. This brand, Linda Allard Ellen Tracy, I guess many years ago, maybe in the 90s, I don't know, what used to be considered like designer, and it was quite expensive. Did not know that. But I have slowly still been cross-listing. I have about like 900 items listed on Poshmark. and Kidizen and Mercari, but I only have 300 on eBay. So it's a process. Every day I'm trying to cross list at least 5 plus my new items. And this jacket I cross listed to eBay and it sold within like 2 days. And I've had it on Poshmark for a year, maybe 2 years. Anyway, I had $1.32 into it from ThredUp, and it had a huge, it was in perfect condition, but along the seam right here, about this far, the seam had come undone. So it needed a repair, but it sold full price overnight on eBay and they paid. So I woke up to a, you made a sale. They paid, like the perfect world eBay situation. So $29, excuse me. So $1.32 into $29. That was a great sale. And a little funny, my mom, I asked her to package that up for me that day because I had to run out. So I handed her the label in a padded flat rate envelope, and it was double bagged. And it was a blazer. Well, I headed out. You guys, she was so proud to take a picture and show me later. She couldn't fit it in, right? She used her food sealer, her like vacuum pack. Literally, put it in a different bag. She took a picture of it and shoved it right. She's like, oh, it went right in that envelope you left for me. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I sent the buyer a message because I'm terrified of I know what will happen. I will get a negative on eBay, but this is why I only was listing new with tags items. I sent a message and said, hey, so my mom helped me ship this item and I hope you get a chuckle that she used her food, whatever. I made the story and she did write back and say, oh my gosh, that's great, whatever. And she was fine. So phew, because I don't know, I would think that's genius, but what if this person wasn't happy that they opened it up and like, this is my jacket? So anyway, I know they have to do some repairs to it, so hopefully they're gonna steam it and all that also. All right, and the last thing I wanted to share were these adorable pair of hot pink kids Rothy's. These sold within 2 months of being listed. I did pay $7 for them because, hello, they were Rothy's and hot pink, and I was sad they were too small for my daughter to match all of her lilies, but it was a decently quick sale on Mercari I remember they sent me an offer of like $5 off. I think I had them listed at $40 and they offered me $36 on Mercari. Took it, and I thought that was a great little sale too, and that was just last week. Now we're all caught up. I'm not gonna promise to doing what sold videos certain days. I enjoy doing them on Mondays, but to be honest, some weekends I don't have enough sales to sit here and make a whole little what sold video. But I'm hoping, you know, as I'm listing more and all of that, that will happen. And I appreciate those of you. The thing with YouTube, it's such an emotional roller coaster. Like, I don't do YouTube for the money because, listen, even once you get monetized, you're getting paid pennies, literally. My YouTube money every month covers me getting like one ThredUp box, which I'm very grateful for. Don't get me wrong. I share on YouTube because I hope you guys learn something to help make you some money. But when you take any type of extended break, like this last couple months has been really tough for me. We've just been busy. YouTube does not like that. And my views have absolutely tanked. So those of you that still continue to come back, even though I can't promise that I upload once a week, twice a week, same time and day, that's never going to be me. I do appreciate you. I feel like I have internet YouTube friends, those of you that comment and we get to interact, and I've even met some of you here and there. So anyways, thank you. I do appreciate it. I hope you will stick around. Subscribe, please, if you're not subscribed. I'm trying to increase my subscriber count because a lot of people that watch my videos, it tells me they're not subscribed. So I would love for you to subscribe and come join me on my reselling adventures that I share along the way. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.